This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the aunts and uncles studios of I can't do it like that. That doesn't work, man. That doesn't work.
Like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the aunt and uncle studios of Arizona, UFC 268 recap. Usman beats Covington. Namajunas defeats Zhang. And Gaethje Chandler war. The entire card we talk about in MMA news with the MMA-Holes. Ariel's blocked in the background. I didn't even know the felony chair is in the back. When Jessie comes, she could move that. How you doing, friends? Welcome to the show. It's Monday night. Little under the weather. I got a cold or something. I don't know what the hell's going on, but a little phlegmy, so that was kind of a pretty gross, pretty gross intro. But yeah, UFC 268. What a card. Explosion of a card that happened, and we still have one more pay-per-view left, so that should be a good one. But we're going to recap the UFC 268 extravaganza. There's so many things to talk about, so I just want to dive like head first into the action here. I mean, listen, once again, I'm a mystical moss. Like I feel like it's the same show over and over again. I just keep every time I just keep on patting myself on the back, rinse and repeat. Another one happens. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm right. And then I just pat myself on the... I mean, how many Mondays do I have to do this? Kamaru Usman defeats Colby Covington. Now, a lot of people were trying to shit on me for the Chandler pick. I said I was picking as a fan. Didn't say throw money on it, the whole deal. Didn't say any of that shit. In fact, my bookie bets in the plus. So I'm undefeated as a my bookie bettor. So shout out to my bookie, and thank you for giving me money, because money's great. Money's the only reason we eat. I mean, we need money to eat. Ellie needs money for diapers and food as well. So I got to keep on making that money, because if I don't make that money, then I can't be betting on my bookie. But yeah, Kamaru Usman gets it done, and it went the distance. Colby Covington looked good. I mean, I expected Colby to look good. You know, there were instances in the fight where Colby was shining, you know. Never in that fight did I feel that Kamaru Usman was in trouble. He's just got his number. Kamaru's got Colby's number. It's just how it is. It was a good fight, though. Really, really good fight. Nice back and forth scrap. But, I mean, Kamaru's he's on another level. I see these memes going around where, you know, people are trying to say, he's not GSP, you know. Listen. Kamaru still has work to do, but in my mind, he will be better than GSP. I've been saying this. I've been screaming and yelling this forever. I don't know how many more times I got to say this. And we're going to talk about his next matchup, what I think should be his next matchup. there's a number one contender fight that I feel has to happen. I'll discuss that in a little bit. But the big fight that really, really stands out is Chandler fighting Gaethje. That thing it just delivered. You know, I mean, we all expected it to be great. It was that and then some. Chandler and Gaethje went down as one of the greatest fights ever. Now, a lot of people say, what is the fight you're going to choose to show a new MMA fan? I mean, how do you not show that one? I know there's some recency bias, but how do you not show Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler beating the hell out of each other for 3 straight rounds? Could you imagine if that was a 5-round fight? Someone probably would have just dropped and died. I mean, it was just nuts. And you can tell after the fight, Michael Chandler posted some pretty funny stuff. Actually, on his IG, let me see if I should have had that queued up beforehand, but I just thought of it now. Instagram. On Michael's Instagram, I got to log in. It was a funny clip of him icing his face with his son. And let's play it. Internet. I don't want to turn notifications on. Michael Chandler. Here we go. By the way, let's go Rangers. Beat the Floridians. That was wonderful, wonderful. Here we go. There he is, Michael Chandler with his son. And this is the video he put up. It's actually pretty funny.
Really bad decisions in his last fight that resulted in his face being virtually unrecognizable. Therefore, to expedite the process of healing, I would like to wear this frozen mask so you, my son, may be able to see me more clearly very soon. I love you, son. I will see you at the top.
There's Michael Chandler icing his face. I mean, this guy, we all thought that Justin Gaethje was a psychopath. And he was a psychopath that night. I mean, he was Justin Gaethje. He did what Justin Gaethje does. He also is doing it a little bit more, and he was just a little more intelligent. He was picking and choosing his punches towards the latter half of the fight. And this was a Gaethje that, you know, within the UFC cage, this is the guy that we wanted. You know, not only is he a crazy lunatic, but he also knows how to pump the brakes and throw at the proper time and keep himself out of danger for the most part. This way he can collect a victory, and that's what he did in this fight. Justin Gaethje fought great. As for Michael Chandler, game plan, whoop, right out that window over there. Michael Chandler he started off the fight on fire, but then he just got into this whole, hey, let's put on a show. He didn't give a fook about winning or losing. He was just like, let's just go for it. And as he walks out of the cage, are you not entertained? Is what he was yelling to the media. I mean, the dude's a freaking lunatic. And the one thing he won is a lot of fans. Michael Chandler was something else in that fight. Justin Gaethje now has to be number one contender. I mean, I know he fought Poirier already. I know his fight before that was Khabib and didn't look very good. Well, the first round it looked pretty good, but that was about it. Michael Chandler's got to fight for that belt next. So whoever wins Poirier versus Oliveira, you got to put, Justin Gaethje, excuse me. Gaethje's got to fight for that belt. There's not even a question about it. And now you look at Michael Chandler, Mr. Iceface. Well, him and Conor were flirting on the line. They were going back and forth. Conor said something nice about Chandler, and Chandler responded back with a nice remark and then post 2022. Now, as a fan of Michael Chandler, as a fan of Conor McGregor, how would you not want to see that fight? How would you not want to see Chandler versus Conor? I mean, listen, I think we all want them to sign on the dotted lines, make it happen, Dana, blah, blah, blah. But you know, after that injury to Conor's leg, you know they're not going to say, hey, welcome back, Conor. Here's Michael Chandler. I don't think it would be very smart. And I noticed that Conor said in the tweet, we'll meet sometime down the road. Can't be the next fight if you're a Conor fan. Now, if you're a Michael Chandler fan, yeah, watch him welcome Conor back with some fury, right? I'm not saying that's a guaranteed lock that Chandler beats Conor in the return, but he's got a very good chance. So I would say Conor's going to navigate around that. Feed him Al Iaquinta.
Wonderful.
Feed him Raging Al. Raging Al's look great lately. So put Conor versus Raging Al. Let's do something like that, right? A little warm-up, a little appetizer back into the mix. I mean, and by the way, Raging Al Iaquinta, what are we doing? It's time. It might be time to go full-time real estate agent. I mean, that was a rough one. That was a rough one. So anyway, listen, this fight over here, you could rewatch over and over again, and you'd be delighted each and every time. It had something for everybody. It was just complete, brutal carnage, and I loved every minute of it. It was weird because it opened up the main card, and then Billy Quarantillo and Burgos had to follow that shit. And even Rose, I was watching Rose being interviewed on Ariel. You could tell Rose was like, even though she was a couple of fights later, like, even if you're watching that in the back trying to warm up, right? And you got that nutty, crazy fight going on, how do you follow that? It's just, but what happens? Shane Burgos and Billy Quarantillo, they put on a firefight. These two lunatics go freaking head to head. And it was just fire. It was a decision. It was 3 rounds. Billy Q got injured, but did not stop. Craziness. Let's go look at the fight. It was 3 rounds.
Whoa, shit, Chris.
Billy Q got injured. What the fuck? Glove touch. We should show that, actually. Glove touch has a little footage of... Actually, I probably can't show it. But, yeah. What the fuck? Why did that start playing? That was weird. Let's take this off.
Inform you that your father has...
Everything's playing right now. Okay, here we go. So let's look at the Chandler Gaethje. And then I want to roll... I want to roll into the Quarantillo stuff here. Welcome to Monday. It must be Monday. Because why the hell is everything not working? Hit that like button, friends. We got 112 people hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
Actually, before I get to this stuff, I see something in Q.
Wonderful.
The glove touch.
Colby won 3-2 football war.
You're kidding, right? Okay. All right. Okay. Is that where we're going tonight?
Thank you.
Sonosi has been a member for 19 months. Let's go, baby. A member for 19 months. Wow. Thank you very much, Sonosi. Very close to a black belt.
Wonderful.
Glove touch follows up with...
My lungs still hurt.
It sounded like, I watched some of the highlights. It sounded like, Glove Touch caught some, go check out his channel, The Glove Touch on YouTube. He caught some pretty good footage. He's been really nailing it with his footage. And I noticed a guy on Instagram stole his, yo, I hope you get a fucking kickback. This dude on Instagram, I can't, Peruvian MMA or something, like took his footage and he gave credit the whole deal. But he's getting like a gazillion views on that. But it's so funny. It sounds like if you hear Glove Touch's, reaction, it's pure raw emotion to the fights, but it sounds like an AIDS infested chimp that has rabies is just ooting and on and I should play, hold on, let me play the audio from it. Then I was like, what? It's like he is possessed by some AIDS-infested ape. I don't know what's... It's like puberty mixed with rage and... I don't know what the fuck's going on. Rabies. Oh, yeah, Chris! This is the Curtis fight, by the way. Oh, we got Chris Curtis coming on Wednesday. I had to reach out to him and show him my autistic... reaction. Is he get? Fight of the year. He's right about that. Now, I can't really show this. I would love to show this, but I know, like, with a bullseye on our backs. We can't be showing it, but I'll play a little bit more of his audio here. Let's see. We're 1 minute and 30 seconds left. I'm not rewinding it, by the way. We're a minute 54 in. I'm just literally just cutting through it. Okay, he ran out of O's. That was the end. But anyway, there was Glove Touch's reaction. What's your favorite cereal? O's?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Anyway, yeah, go check it out. Check him out on Instagram, The Glove Touch, and on YouTube, and you can check out those clips.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got D-Rest coming in.
Just some money.
Just some money. Thank you, D-Rest. I appreciate that. That was very kind of you. All right, so here's the Glove Touch's channel. Facebook. Hello. Instagram. I'm so close to it. What the fuck? Hold on a second. There it is. The Glove Touch over there. So check that out. All right, I'm going to go to the Fight Center. And, all right, here's the Quarantillo fight. And here's Chandler versus Gaethje. Now, this is Chandler Gaethje. Okay, 104 strikes to 133 over there. That's a lot of freaking punches and significant strikes. Look at this, 116 to 103. It's almost like every strike Chandler threw is significant. It's pretty freaking nuts, man. This fight, I mean, listen, I can sing its praises for the full hour, but I think it's speaking the obvious. We all know that this thing was insane. But the fight that kind of, I mean, 232 strikes, 193 significant strikes, 196 strikes, 164. I mean, so we're saying, how do you follow Gaethje versus Chandler? You put this puppy here. Yet no one is freaking talking about this war. Now, here's the problem. When these guys were throwing, it felt like every punch, someone was going to die. Like, you felt like someone was going to drop dead. When these guys were throwing, there were instances where you're like, oh, he's got him. But both guys were so freaking tough that they kept the party going. And Billy Q was injured and still found a way to keep the fight exciting. This fight over here went first, like from the first second to the last second, it never stopped. Whereas in this fight over here, Justin Gaethje got a little smart at the end. He's like, let me wait for Chandler to do something dopey, and then I'll fucking counter with something here. You know? So it's not like it slowed down and it sucked at the end. It was fantastic from beginning to end. But in this fight, they just kept, the volume stayed the same the entire fucking fight. So how do you follow that fight? You follow with this. And to the people that are like, oh, who gives a shit about this fight? Well, it was crazy. If you didn't have Chandler Gaethje, this is your fight of the night. This thing was nuts. Absolutely nuts. Quarantillo takes the L. Burgos really needed this one. Bounces back from a 2-fight losing streak. Now let's look over at Frankie Edgar. Oh, boy. Jesse called this one over here. And as it was going on, Frankie started off all right, and then it all fell apart. It fell apart so fucking bad. Look at Frankie's face on this thumbnail. Dude looking like Homer Simpson. Now, we've seen some crazy, crazy pictures of fighters getting punched and faces getting rearranged. This one might take the cake. Looks like he needs a Duff's beer. Frankie Edgar at the bottom of the screen, completely unrecognizable as he catches an Anderson Silva foot to the face. Frankie at 40 years of age, any other guy, Dana White would say, well, hang it up, Frankie, but Dana likes Frankie and he knows he's a competitor and he's like, we'll see. So it's not over for Frankie, apparently. I mean, another guy, well, his best days are clearly behind him. And credit to Chito Vera for getting that finish late in the fight. It was nuts, man. So Frankie, the best part was Frankie was arguing. He was arguing the freaking stoppage. That's how tough Frankie is, right? Rose versus Zhang Weili. Okay. Now I'm just going to blast through this card, and then I'm going to go back to the Usman versus Covington. I'm going to blast through this thing because we have limited time. But Zhang Weili versus Rose Namajunas. Let me tell you something. Rose lost this fight. I don't care what anyone says. Those first 3 rounds. Now, I was like, oh, let me go watch it back. Usually I got to watch it back to get like a really solid opinion. I don't know, man. I feel like I don't even have to watch it back. I feel Rose lost. The first 3 rounds, I am very convinced that Rose lost. But come second round, the momentum just flipped. And Rose did what she had to do. She won the second, the third round, and got the decision by the judges. It was a split decision, whatever. But here's the thing. If the momentum, the second half of the fight starts going towards the champion, chances are the champion will get that decision, okay? So I'm not completely like up in arms saying, oh my God, this is terrible. Rose did enough to sway the judges. But I have to be honest with you. I bet on Rose, and thankfully, Rose won me some money. But I feel like she lost that fight. I do. And now Zhang is not going to get a rematch, a trilogy fight, because, I mean, listen, she lost 2 of them. The first one, she got brutalized. But how about Rose in rematches going decisions? I mean, listen, if you're going to be placing bets, a decision is like a lock for Rose. You know, I should have bet this on a decision. It seems, and then she's probably going to fight Carla Esparza next. Fucking bet the house that's a decision win. Although Carla did beat her the first time. So maybe we'll get something different there. But until that fight is made, we're not going to dive too far into that. So you kind of feel for Zhang. Zhang Weili goes into a camp, makes all the correct adjustments, looked great the first 3 rounds, was taking Rose down, was controlling her, brutalizing her. Even off the back, when Rose was on top, Zhang was staying active the entire fight. Zhang outstruck her with total strikes. Now, not significant, but total strikes outstruck her. Look at the leg strikes. Almost fucking chopped her completely down. Now, Rose said she had a game plan and she fell off of it, and that was the problem. And it seems apparent that that was the issue. You know, not only was Zhang fantastic in the beginning of that fight and executing her game plan, but Rose wasn't really going for, she kind of fell off of her plan. But the thing that a champion does, what do? They regroup, they retool, and pull it back together, get back on course, show how champions finish fights. And that's what Rose did. No matter how sore her legs were, Rose comes back and dominates and takes the decision. So, listen, I'm not going to shit on Rose. Rose did what she had to do to win this thing. I feel like the judges got wrong, but you know what? The judges are the judges. You leave it to the judges, shit happens. Zhang's in a pickle now. And I'm not quite sure like what's going to be next with her. And I'm sure she's probably pretty upset about this loss. Anyway, let's move on. So we spoke about most of the stuff on the main card. Alex Pereira, the gentleman who is the Izzy Slayer, didn't start off very good as he was getting like humped against the fence. And then what happens? He knocks this guy the fuck out. I mean, and not only does he knock, he brutalizes him. Like, I think he got a bonus on this fight as well. So, Izzy made a comment about this online. And it looks like that Izzy knows that the inevitable is going to eventually happen, but he's like 4 fights from now, and he's right. Alex still you can't just give him a title shot from this. He's got to earn his stripes. So let me know in the chat if you think that Alex Pereira, or Pereira, however you say his name, who is only, 4-1 now as an MMA fighter? How many fights until you give him that Izzy shot? I would like to know from the chat.
Super chat.
Speaking of chat, we got super chat. Thank you, Demonic Troll, for the wonderful donation. All right. So anything that I spoke about now, get your comments in the chat. We got 168 people hanging. Oh, what do we got? Some boobies on a Monday. Hey,
Hey, I can see your underwear. Push your boobies in the air, flapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Took my meat vision impaired. Filthy mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman, beware. Pervert cameraman, show them tits. Pervert cameraman, $10 tip. Pervert cameraman, Yanni Celeste. Pervert cameraman, show them breasts. Boobies.
Whoa, D-Rest with the boobs.
Don't care. I am not many. Fuck you, Johnny Hall. Come over, bitch.
D-Rest, you're fucking wonderful. Round of applause. D-Rest, showing them breasts. He is not Manny. He is D-Rest. Here's glove touch.
Oh.
He's 16 years old. And his future girlfriend's going to have to listen to that. The Glove Touch, thank you for the donation. All right, back into the action over here. Appreciate it. Let me get your comments about the main card. Let me know what you guys think, as I pretty much touched on all that stuff. I do have a lot of stuff to get into on the prelims as well. Also, we got the saves. Hopefully we get some saves tonight, because tonight is the night where we definitely need some phone calls. Ian Garry looks fun. Yes, I will get to Ian Garry in this. Actually, you know what? I'll segue now. Fuck it, because got a half hour left of this puppy. Ian Garry. A lot of explosions here tonight. Like I said, Chris Curtis is coming on the show Wednesday night. He had some finish, man. Lost my shit. Really nice guy. And we're going to get his thoughts right back to Extreme Couture. Sean Strickland's buddy. And had a big opportunity. We'll get to talk to him about that Wednesday. And we may have a bare knuckle gentleman coming on Wednesday as well. So we'll be talking about that, the event Friday. I think we might go back into bare knuckle on Friday. I know Bellator is that night as well. I gotta think about it. But I think we may cover bare knuckle, do a reaction, because it's a pretty fun card. So here's Ian Garry. I like this kid. Because, yes, he is giving you the Irish, he's got the connection to Conor. He finished the guy, and everyone has the parallel to Eddie Alvarez. The one thing that stands out with Ian Garry, okay, well, there's a couple of things. This kid here he is confident but wholesome, okay? He is not McGregor. He's not a ripoff of Conor. He's not even trying to basically do that. Now, he wants to achieve, gold and rise up the rankings. He says, we're not here to take part. We're here to take over, like Conor said. But there is a huge difference in this guy compared to Conor. And one of the things is he fights in Madison Square Garden, his first UFC fight from Cage Warriors at 23 years of age is Madison Square Garden. And he gets a knockout in the first round. He looked a little nervous out there. He even said that the moment it kind of hit him when he was walking out and he saw his name in lights at the Garden, the world's most famous arena. And he's making his way to the cage. And, the moment was there. It was just like, wow. From Cage Warriors to Madison Square Garden, New York. First fight. And credit to his opponent for being very tricky. He said he came in awkward and it was different. He had to download the information. And once he downloaded that information, 1 second left in the first round, right on the chin. A counter strike that comes in, placed perfectly on the chin, and Jordan Williams goes out. A little bonus shot right at the end. I mean, craziness. Now, if what he says is true, and he is one of those guys, we see a lot of these counter strikers that are like that start off a little slow and download information, and then once they got you timed right, they're going to put you to sleep. If Ian Garry is one of those guys, and here's the thing that's different than Conor. He's training in Miami. Okay? He's not like sticking with like an SBG in Ireland, this and that. He's flying all the way over to Miami, training there, and he says he wants to get back into the gym. It's was it Sanford MMA? I gotta get that glove touch shit out. I think it's Sanford, right? Sanford and Son MMA. Help me out if you let me see if I got his. Anyway, it is in Miami. But, yeah, he's going to go back there, and he's going to work on wrestling. He's going to tweak up his game even more. And, the sky's the limit. He's a household name. It's not all a bunch of F-bombs and this and that. He's a wholesome guy. His girlfriend is his fiance is his manager. He's got that bravado, but he's clean cut. It's kind of like, it's not Black Zillions. They're not even around anymore. It's not even like I don't know how to. It's like Sage Northcutt met fucking Conor McGregor, and they morphed them together here. Let's look at this. Actually, this is on his Instagram over here. Let me see if I can. I want to get to the actual punch that happens here. I can't even fucking rewind it. What the fuck? Man, come on, bro. That's what sucks about Instagram. If it's not like one of these, you can't like rewind that shit. Christian McGregor. Yeah, I mean, listen, the kid has, you got to think that Dana White is foaming at the freaking mouth. You got to think that Dana White, he's got a wholesome version of McGregor. And, you know, the Irish fan base, say what you will about the drunken shanty Irish. They know how to fucking light up a room. Here's Conor McGregor with the Eddie Alvarez thing. Look at the comparison here. Misses, bang, counter right hand. Oh, see you later. You're done. Right? Boom. Right on the freaking shin, man. With 1 second left. And he did. He looked like trash in the beginning of that fight. But it kind of makes sense. He's 23 years old. His first UFC fight is at Madison Square Garden. Could you imagine? Like, I would have diarrhea. I would have to wear diapers into the cage from just squirting water out of my anus of nerves. Hearing my name chanted, my fucking name and lights up there. Seeing myself walk up to a cage to get locked in and fight another man. Like, I would literally, I would be soiling my diaper. But this kid goes in there. He shakes off the nerves and fucking cracks this dude. Ba-boom. Damn, man. Ian Garry. So keep this kid's name in your mind. The kid's legit. Now, listen, I'm not saying this guy's a champion. I'm not HELWANI Chimaeving him right now. But I got my eyes on him. New York City, a.k.a. Gotham City. Is he Batman? Is he Irish Batman? All right, so I gotta roll through this shit, man. There's so many things to talk about here. So we talked about Pereira. Bobby Green versus Iaquinta. Oh, boy. That's all I got to say. I mean, listen, great job by Bobby Green. He didn't have a finish since, 2013 or some shit like that. And apparently it was like the anniversary of his last finish. It's been a minute since Bobby Green's put someone out. Now, Bobby Green's always fire. Bobby Green's got great stand-up. Dude always comes in with his hands down, baiting you in, looking for a war each and every time. He fucking took out Allen the first round. Could you imagine? Like, I mean, like before the fight, could you imagine someone coming up to you and saying, hey, listen, it's not impossible that Bobby Green would win this fight. That's not the impossibility. But smoking Allen the first round? I didn't see that coming. I felt like I was knocked out. Like, I was shocked. In our reaction, like, it wasn't even like screaming like lunatics. We were kind of like, what? Like, it was crazy. Not that Bobby won, it's how he won. And I tell you what, put some respect on Bobby's name now. 28-12-1. It's like, my mouth's open.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Bobby Green bounces back and always in a fun fight. Always in a fun fight. Even when he's losing, the dude's in a fun fight. Fought some decent guys, too. You see the Poirier name up there. But, I mean, you know, he is what he is. He's one of those guys that you put him on the card, like, oh, I got to tune into that one. It's going to be fun. You know, it's not like, hey, here's a champ. Give him a title shot. But if you think about Rage now, you got to start thinking, okay, real estate's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. We're going to talk about Chris Curtis after this donation.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The glove touch.
While this Irish guy was getting announced, Boston Comments was screaming, fuck you, Hyperdrain. And I was like, who's this? I don't know where he came from. And I still don't know his name, and you're talking about him. I don't care.
So, and it's funny, like we gave her a follow, Boston Comments. But we don't get a follow back in a week. I'm yanking it because honestly, I couldn't give a shit what she has posted on Instagram, to be honest. So follow us back or I'm yanking the follow. Just saying. Because I was basically like, who
the fuck is that guy?
Anyway, so, and thank you, Glove Touch, for the donation. Chris Curtis, the action man. Let's go to the stats over here, statisticals. I don't have anything fancy for it. Maybe I should, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. I think for this show, I'm going to have to put a graphic up to make this more enticing, like I do for Fight Buddies. That'll be the next project. But until then, you get this shitty close-up of Fight Center. Although you got to admit, ESPN Plus does a pretty cool job at this Fight Center. All right. So, total strikes 49-22 in favor of Phil Hawes. Phil Hawes is cruising through this fight until 4:27. I mean, this is nuts, man. This is crazy. The round is 4 minutes and 27 seconds in. Hawes is just cruising through this thing, and then bang! What happens? The action man gets the job done, finishes him, cracks him, and then hits him with a knee. I think it hit the liver. Let's see if I can get. Let's see if I can get his. The actual sequence here. King of Combat _513. I don't think I can get it, but I'll look it up when we have him on Wednesday. Anyway, this is the post-fight. It's the post-fight meal. He goes, LOL. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Let me get out of here. Bink. He goes, LOL, there's a joke about a black people and chicken and in there, but we are just, hold on, we're just going to walk right by. Good work this weekend. And then it's him and Mr. Osborne, who looked pretty good, too, in his first fight. Well, he's in the first fight of the card over there. So we'll talk about him in a second. But there they are, enjoying some chicken. Look at that. Chris Curtis. Smashing stereotypes. I thought he had his, well, actually, you know what? Glove touch. Fuck it. I'm just going to show. Where's Glove Touch's thing? Glove Touch got it here. Let's give Glove Touch a little pop. All right, so here we go. This is from the Glove Touch on IG. Here we go. So this is towards the end of the fight. Now, Chris Curtis has always had some good stand-up. Not comedy. Strikes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So that was bad. Sorry, guys. It's Monday. I'm getting warmed up, you know? The dude is jacked, looks strong as shit. Says Brewster. Who are you talking about? Phil Hawes? I mean, Hawes looks like a bodybuilder. And he's got the blonde Brunson hair, too. Oh, so that was the knee. Hold on. What did he hit him before? All right, here we go. Hits him with the left, the right, boom, knee. And that looked like it did hit the liver. By the way, Chris, he said in the DMs, he was telling me that he took a gamble and it paid off. So I want to know what he means by that. Apparently, he did something that he wouldn't normally do in a fight, or it wasn't part of the game plan, and it paid off. So I need to get to the bottom of that on Wednesday. But boom, there's the knee, and there he goes. Down to the ground. That doesn't look like a liver to me. And then the hammer fist. And I mean, look at the hits that it gets on the freaking cage. You got the Glove Touch losing his shit. Are you saying my name or Curtis's name? I think I should clip that, man. That's got to be a soundbite. Yes! Sounded like a Valley girl. Yes! Yes! Pure raw fan emotion. Right? Yes! 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 Isn't it yes? Not yes. Yes! I love it, man. There's nothing better than pure emotion. Pure fan emotion right there. I love you, Chris! Is that a joke? Hold on a second. That's got to be it. Wait, hold on. Was that dubbed in? I love you, Chris. The fuck? Oh God, help me. I love you, Chris. Oh, Glove Touch. Is there any way you can clip me that MP3 and send it through Discord? If you do that for me, man, if you could clip that MP3 and put it in Discord, I will immediately find a place on my message board since we share the same name. And I'll even play it. I'll play it during the interview. Yes. I need a bigger message soundboard. Excuse me, soundboard. But yeah, what I mean, listen, he lost his shit. I lost my shit too, man. I lost my shit. We showed Chris. I mean, I can't. Who am I to make fun?
Has horse down.
That's like, we got a super slow-mo glove touches too, man. So Chris Curtis got a kick out of that too, man. It's got to be a great feeling, right? Like you make your UFC debut, 10 years, your dream to get into the UFC. You're in PF, you're in every organization, fighting everywhere. You're in the Contender Series. You win and don't get a contract. And here you are finally. MSG, you step in short notice, you're getting your ass beat, and then bang, you knock the man out. You knock the man out. Holy cow. I would be watching reaction videos, my highlight videos. I would have it on a loop in my home, just constantly going over and over and over again. So the Action Man gets it done. Chris Curtis. And it's nice of him to say he's coming on Wednesday because, boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about. So we'll get more into him Wednesday. Shabazian, oh boy, 23 years old. And, he still has a spot on the UFC roster. Dana White has no interest in cutting the kid. The kid's talented. He's a very talented guy. It's like killer after killer after killer. The poor dude, poor Edmund Shabazian, just can't catch a break. We spoke about Ian Garry. How about Chris Barnett? Okay. This guy is something else, man. He is a character and a half. And you have to admit, the walk in and then the celebration afterwards with the dancing and the crazy, I don't know what the heck he was doing in that weird ass flip, landing right on his ass. I mean, how do you not want to watch this guy fight again? And GM Vellante, he's in the same boat as Al. At least Al was he was fighting for a belt. He had a chance to get gold. I mean, GM Vellante just never. But GM's one of those guys that the UFC will keep around until he's done. Until Vellante doesn't want to fight anymore. Because Dana likes Gian. Gian's a nice guy. But do we want to see Gian fight anymore? No. So congratulations to Chris Barnett. Let's see. We got the Jacoby versus John Allen fight. That was a unanimous decision. And these fights over here were decent fights. But I don't, listen. There was so much fun that happened over here on this card that I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, we'll put Osborne over here because he was celebrating with Chris Curtis. God. But yeah. I think I don't really have to get into the first three fights unless you guys want to talk about it. We got too many things to talk about. Too many things to get to. Let me get this shrunken down. So let me know in the chat, what were your thoughts on UFC 268? I mean, you had, legit. I was more excited. I'm not going to lie. 267 I was a little more excited about. But 268 really delivered. Definitely worth every penny. They said they did pretty good on pay-per-view buys. I guess Wednesday we'll have an accurate idea what's going on with the pay-per-view buys. But it seems like they did pretty good. Considering Covington versus Usman is not something that typically would sell, but the whole card in general and opening up a Chandler Gaethje, I mean, even a casual UFC fan would want to see that fight, right? I mean, they're just two lunatics. But shout out to my bookie. There's a promo code MMA-Holes for my bookie for 100% match on your first deposit. And I'll show you guys this. We deposited $1,000 to play with, and I haven't touched any of it, right? We are currently up $251.51. Now, listen, we're making $100 bets, $20 bets here and there, but we are plus 251.51 over there on the Mystic Moss 2 weeks in a row bets. I looked a little bit at this Yair Rodriguez versus Max Holloway card, and we'll get more into it as the week progresses. But there's really nothing that stands out right off the bat. Max Holloway is such a massive favorite. and I want to pick Max, but I don't want to bet on Max, but you literally make nothing unless you're betting hardcore big money. So I don't know if I kind of want to do that, but I'll figure out a bet and I'll shoot it your way. Jesse, welcome to the stream.
Thank you, Moss. Thank you very much.
You got in. Connor's here. Jesse's here. Ariel's here too. What are your thoughts? Anything that really stands out? UFC 268.
A lot stands out. What do you want me to start with?
Well,
I mean, there's a lot that went on Saturday night.
I want to circle back around to Usman versus Covington.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, I feel like this is becoming
exactly what I expected.
Yeah, we keep on saying this. No one believes us. People are actually saying Colby was going to win. What do you think about Colby's performance? I
will give Colby credit. Colby was on fire on Saturday night. He did way better than I expected him to perform, I can tell you that much. I mean, I really thought the guy was going to get knocked out in maybe the third round by Usman, but he didn't. Colby showed up on Saturday night against Usman. He went the distance, and he was fucking tough. But I feel like it kind of played both sides, right? Like, it exposed some potential weaknesses in Usman on where he maybe needs to work on that Colby was able to kind of capitalize on. But at the same time, it still showed that Usman's the fucking GOAT right now in this division and that there's nobody who can beat him. This is the second time Colby's tried. He knew exactly what to expect this time around, and he still couldn't do it. He still couldn't get the job done. So
Colby almost went night-night in that second round, too. That second round was scary.
So as much credit as I give Colby for putting together a war between the two, I can't say I was surprised by the result. I fully expected Usman to win this fight.
Yeah, listen, I'm not surprised, motherfucker. Not surprised at all, but Usman gets the job done. He sits there as king. I want to talk about a possible next matchup. This is what I'm going to say. I know people are going to think I'm nuts, but that's what people usually do right around these ways. I'm going to go over to the UFC rankings, and I'm going to tell you this. There is a #1 contender fight that needs to be made, needs to drop on us, and then that person that wins that fight fights Kamaru Usman. It's not Colby. It's not Burns. It's not Edwards. It's not Luque. It's not Thompson. It's not Chiesa. It's not Masvidal. The first 7 guys, I say it's not them. Okay? It's not Neil Magny. It's not Bilal Muhammad. Or is it Neil Magny? Is it Neil Magny? Colby Covington lost to Usman twice. Burns lost to Usman. Edwards lost to Usman. Vicente Luque lost to the scale, filling in. And could you imagine if Usman got hurt or couldn't step in or Colby got hurt or whatever and Luque misses weight? You missed your chance, buddy. Stephen Thompson coming off a loss. Michael Chiesa coming off a loss. Jorge Masvidal lost to Usman. Neil Magny. Well, he's been doing pretty good. Needs a dance partner. Bilal Muhammad, you bored the hell out of me with that freaking fight against Damian Maia. You suck on Twitter, you're not funny. Your podcast sucks, the whole deal with fake Anik. So you're not getting the shot. Khamzat Chimaev versus Neil Magny for the #1 contender fight to fight Kamaru Usman. Let's go, baby! That's the fight to make.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's what I'm saying over here. I know everyone's like, no. I made my case right there. Okay? Skipping all those guys. Khamzat and Neil Magny throw down. Khamzat wins. Khamzat fights. Kamaru next. What do you say, Jess?
I'm with him, Moss.
All right, let's go.
But I didn't say he would win. I just said I'm with it. I'm with the matchup.
I didn't say who would win either. I said Khamzat would beat Neil Magny. And then it would be Khamzat versus Usman. That's how we make it happen here. That's how the UFC. Now, Dana White did say Khamzat should not get the next title shot because, he's still got some work to do.
Theoretically.
One fight.
Didn't at the press conference Dana say that Chandler Gaethje? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, that was over the wrong division. Ignore me. Ignore what I just said.
You're ignored immediately.
Yes. Khamzat Chimaev, even if he didn't get the next title shot and he had to have 1 or 2 fights leading up, he would still beat everyone on the way up. But when he gets to Usman is when he loses.
It gets tougher as it gets higher and higher. Like Leon Edwards, It's tough.
Leon
I
Edwards
think
is who I
Khamzat
said
wins.
Saturday night.
Vicente
That was-
Luque would be tough, but I think he beats Luque. I mean, Luque
fuck
won a
Luque. Edwards should be next.
What?
Edwards should be next.
For
I mean,
Khamzat?
I'm with the whole Hamzat thing. No, for Usman.
Edwards should be next. Well, Edwards has to fight Masvidal if Jorge wins. What if he does?
Get the fuck out of here. Edwards is not beating Usman. I mean, Masvidal. Edwards is not beating Masvidal.
Edwards not being Masvidal. You mean the other way around?
What do you mean?
Masvidal's not being Edwards. You're saying.
That's what I meant.
You okay?
No.
All right. So you was that a Freudian slip? Is that? Do you have something you would like to confess?
I did have a glass of wine tonight, so maybe I'm a little off.
George
Moss, I have a
Masvidal's-
joke for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you ready? I have a joke for you guys too. It's actually pretty funny. I heard it today.
Okay.
Well, I didn't hear it. I read it. Why did the gummy bear go to college? Because he wanted to be a smarty. That one's for you, Nicholas. That one's for you.
Everyone laughed in the chat. That was Nicholas's joke. He's how old is he now? He's a little child. He's like
6 now?
He's like 6 years old. So everyone just laughing
actually
emojis. Laughing emojis right now.
Pretty
Erupts
good
in the
joke
chat.
for a young kid like that.
He wrote that joke at 6 years old. Is that right?
I think he's 6.
I think he's 5. But
5.
all right. Let's see what
I
the
could
chat
be wrong.
says. All right. Laughing in the chat for a child. If you do not laugh in the chat, I will ban you from the channel. Laugh immediately for my nephew.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, we're gonna wait.
Wait for the
Let's see.
laughs.
Let's wait for the laughs. Let's see. Oh, there they go. They're dying. Nicholas, they're laughing.
Nicholas, look at this. You made a whole entire chat room full of hundreds of people laugh.
Nicholas, they're on the floor. They're rolling around. You hear them? Look at them go. Oh my God, Nicholas! Look how funny they are. Look at this.
That's a funny joke.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Now that we completely
I
derailed
think
our
he's
show,
gonna like that little laugh at the end, Moss. That was a very good idea.
he will laugh. He
That was
will
good.
laugh. Nicholas will like
He's
that.
gonna
Guys,
love that.
you made Nicholas's day. All right.
Thank you for laughing.
Now
along,
I'm completely
guys.
thrown off. Kamaru Usman next. The winner, Khamzat versus Magny. No one on the internet is saying this, Jesse. Dana White says, he shouldn't be next. All right, give him Magny. Neil Magny, they fight each other. The winner gets. Come on. And even if Neil Magny
Winner
beats
gets who?
If Neil Magny
Yeah.
beats Khamzat,
Yeah. Which he won't.
give Neil Kamaru Usman.
Neil Magny will not be Khamzat.
If he does, which he won't, but if Neil beats him, give him. You have to give him Usman. I mean, it stops the hype train. You reward him. Stop with this old bullshit. Luque missed weight, filling in. Your job was just to make. You have one job, just to make weight. That was it. You missed it, buddy. You could have. That would have been a whole disaster if one of those guys fell off that cart. You were on standby. You're out of here, buddy. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. That is next. All right, we got to do Save the Show now. Okay, we have to do Save the Show, and if we get some saves, we will open up phone lines. Before we get to the saves, I want to give a shout out to Head Rush.
Head Rush is provider of the highest quality, authentic apparel for lifestyle, MMA, and action sports enthusiasts. Head over to Head Rush with the link in the description below. Use promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off of your entire purchase. I'm wearing Head Rush right now, Moss. Get top quality organic hemp flower, cosmetics, edibles, and more at mysticrootscbd.com. Use promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off of your entire purchase to fix all of your ailments, physically, mentally, and emotionally. mysticrootscbd.com has got you covered.
How do you watch the fights?
ESPN Plus. Use the link in the description, my friends. Link in the description or pinned to the live chat for as little as $6.99 a month. You can watch all of your favorite live sports, UFC fight nights, and UFC pay-per-views, and you don't want to miss them. Trust me, we have been watching some fire lately, so head over to ESPN Plus with the link in the description or pinned to the live chat right now.
All right. Thank you for joining in on a Monday night. And like I said, MyBookie, we got promo code MMA-HOLES for $100, 100% match on your first deposit. Check it out. MyBookie's been winning us money. We're over. We're still in the green. We're making more green over there. So that's wonderful, wonderful. I'll show you our progress. We'll keep the party going with MyBookie. Keep on placing the bets and keep on catching dubs. But we're doing Save the Show now. There's going to be 5 minutes on the clock. If you want to extend the show, drop a donation. Whatever comes in from this point to the end of the 5 minutes, we will extend the show. 5 minutes, $5, 10 minutes, $10, so on and so forth. The longer we go, more phone calls we can take. We're not going to be live tomorrow on this channel because no contender series. So the next time we'll be live is Wednesday with Chris Curtis and surprise bare knuckle guest as well. So Chris Curtis from the UFC. All right, here we go. Start the clock over here. Give me a story while we wait and see if there's any saviors on tonight's Monday stream.
All right. According to MMAfighting.com, Colby Covington calls for a bout with former teammate Jorge Masvidal next. And Masvidal has responded.
This should be open on your phone. I'm just saying, Jesse.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Should be open on your phone.
I'm trying to take care of a child and do the show at the same time.
Well,
it's fine.
The kid is
sorry if I
being
don't
taken
have it
care of.
open on my phone.
You're
immediately.
fired.
Jesus Christ. According to Jed Meshew, Colby Covington, in his second attempt to wrest undisputed, I'm sorry, they probably meant wrestle, undisputed UFC gold from Kamaru Usman on Saturday night, lost a unanimous decision in the main event of UFC 268. Immediately following the loss, Covington was respectful towards Usman in the cage, shaking his hands and, it appeared, squashing the beef between the two. However, the geniality was short-lived, and by the time Covington made it to the post-fight press conference, he was already arguing for another shot at the champion. But given that he has two losses to Usman, Covington is going to need to earn his way back up the ladder, and the former interim welterweight champion knows just where to start: his old buddy Jorge Masvidal. The story of Covington and Masvidal is a Shakespearean tragedy, or depending on how you feel about both men, perhaps a comedy. Longtime training partners at American Top Team and self-proclaimed best friends, the two began drifting apart publicly when Masvidal moved up to welterweight and rapidly rose to the top of the division. With both men jockeying for title shots, tensions boiled, though Masvidal says things actually fell apart when Covington allegedly ripped off one of their mutual coaches. And Covington left American Top Team, moving to MMA Masters. Since then, he and Masvidal have been bitter enemies, constantly taking shots at one another in the media and repeatedly being rumored to fight, and now Covington thinks the time is right. He says, "I think the most logical step is the heated rivalry with me and my old roommate Street Judas Masvidal. He should probably pull out of the fight with Leon Edwards, and we should just run it. Let's run it in the first quarter of the first part of the year. Let's do it, man. That's a heated rivalry." Unfortunately for Covington, Masvidal is currently occupied. Gamebred is scheduled to settle another old feud of his when he faces Leon Edwards in a featured welterweight bout at UFC 269 next month. However, the BMF champion appears to be game once he settles up with Edwards, saying on social media that he plans to expose the fake real soon, and then blasting Covington once more for good measure. He says, "Gonna expose the fake real soon, like father, like son," to which he posted a picture of Covington and Biden.
Oh, we got a hero. We got a hero. DVSV.
I'm gonna beat everybody.
DVSV with 9
I'm gonna
minutes.
finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody.
I'm gonna smash everybody.
Oh, man. 9 minutes. 9 minutes.
Prediction time. Jorge knocks out Leon in spectacular fashion and gets so much media attention that Dana gives him a third title shot. Usman takes it and beats him a third time, but retires because KHAMZAT has smashed Manyi, Burns and Colby within that time.
Okay, there's DVSV's prediction. Sounds pretty wonderful. Thank you for the 9 minutes. Now we will extend the show 9 minutes, but not sure if that's enough for phone lines. please drop a donation in, extend the show, and let's get this party going. If not, we'll see you Wednesday night. And we at least have 9 extra minutes. That's pretty wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else in the story, or we have to go on quick because, fuck the story. Who gives a shit? I mean, listen, I want to see Jorge fight Colby. I think that would be fun, but Jorge would die. You know, the roommate would get ragdolled and thrown around. So 50 seconds left. Will there be another hero? Oh, hold on.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Mr. Baratheon making it 11 minutes.
It's trash that Colby needs to work his way back. He's the only one that beat this D2 scrub. He would have won the first fight, and started slow the second. 47-47 this one. Run it back immediately. Judas, Scott, nobody has anything for him but the King C.
There you go.
How many times do you need it to be run back before you're finally convinced that he's just not the guy?
Well, it's like Conor and Poirier. They gotta
run it back.
They gotta keep doing it
again. Run it back.
Listen, they gotta keep doing it until Colby wins. Like Conor, he's got to fight Poirier until Poirier. At least Conor beat Poirier once.
It's the same thing with Volkanovski and Max Holloway. Volkanovski even said, "How many times do I have to fight this guy?"
Soon.
Like you want me to keep fighting him until I lose?
It's gonna happen again.
Come on, you sound a little silly.
In fairness, Volk lost the second fight. All right, 11 minutes. Thank you guys for the 11 minutes. We'll put it on the clock over here. I don't think it's going to be enough time for phone lines. So what we're going to do is we're just going to rattle through the news, and then we'll see you Wednesday night. Thank you guys for the generosity. Appreciate that. If you could hit the like button, that'd be wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to start the clock, and let's just get through the news over here. Thank you guys once again. Here we go. What else we got? Rose?
Yeah, so Rose Namajunas says that Carla Esparza's the rematch is the only thing that actually makes sense to her. According to Steven Morocco of MMA Fighting, Carla Esparza was the first fighter to defeat Rose Namajunas in the octagon, and 7 years later she wants to avenge that loss as the UFC strawweight champion. Will the UFC allow that is the question. The way things are looking, it's anything but certain Esparza will get another title shot anytime soon, but if it was up to Namajunas, the inaugural 115-pound champ would. This past Saturday at UFC 268, Namajunas knocked off Zhang Weili as a viable contender for the foreseeable future with a split call win in the pay-per-view event's co-headliner. It was her second straight win over the ex-champ. From the moment the immediate rematch was booked, MMA pundits questioned why Zhang was chosen over Esparza. The former champ who defeated Namajunas at the Ultimate Fighter 20 finale to claim the inaugural UFC strawweight title previously told MMA Fighting she turned down a fight with Mackenzie Dern approximately 1 week.
Super chat.
5 more minutes.
All right, it's after the buzzer, but we'll make an exception. Let's add it to the clock over here. Let's give 15 minutes. Go ahead, Fook it. Fook it. Rules were made to be broken, right? Thank you very much, Dizzy Dallas, for the donation. Appreciate that. The Joker coming in.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I don't want to see Colby versus Masvidal.
I agree.
Usman has already shown the levels between them. Colby versus KHAMZAT more interesting. Oh, and one more thing. Is anyone else annoyed Dad stopped the Kamaru/Colby embrace? Rare Colby moment interrupted.
Well, no, I don't think he did it like just to be an asshole. I think the UFC might have had some stipulations against close contact with the two because they've had issues before. So the UFC probably told the refs and the security and stuff like that, hey, if these two get close, even if they seem nice, maybe split them up a little bit, prevent anything from happening.
I think Colby Covington is not going to want to fight Khamzat. I think he doesn't want that smoke. And Khamzat's number 10. So it really doesn't do Colby any justice. Khamzat's got to win a couple of fights before Colby could even, you know what I'm saying? Like Colby could dodge. He's not going to take Khamzat. It's just not going to happen. So I think, yeah, that wouldn't be in his best interest right now. Is everything to lose. I mean, he talked a big game, Khamzat Chimaev, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, he don't want that smoke. Thank you, Joker, for the donation. Appreciate that. And thank you to the 102 likes. Let's go, baby.
So basically, Rose thinks that Esparza is the only match to make right now as her next opponent.
And Brett Baratheon says, why are you all so high on Khamzat? I mean, because, well, Jesse's not completely high on him. I am high on him. Jesse's not even...
I don't think the guy is...
She doesn't think he's that good.
Honestly, I think everyone is buying into this Khamzat thing because, yes, he has done well. You know, he has He has done everything to prove to you that he's a good fighter. But something tells me, man, he's going to hit his kryptonite fast. And he's going to hit it like a brick fucking wall.
Wrong.
Like, this guy is not beating Usman. He is not beating Usman. I'm sorry.
I'm
all for hype trains, but this guy's not beating Usman.
Jesse is so wrong.
He's not beating Usman.
She's so wrong. It's ridiculous.
Ignore him.
I see in KHAMZAT what I saw in Usman. I saw a clear-cut champion with Kamaru Usman. From Ultimate Fighter, I saw a clear-cut champion. In KHAMZAT Chimaev, I see it even clearer. KHAMZAT Chimaev, mark my words, guaranteed will guarantee be the welterweight champion. And even if it's because Usman runs off and does boxing, I don't know. I don't know what happens here, but I see it clear as day. He either beats Usman or Usman runs off and stays away from the KHAMZAT fight. It's happening. KHAMZAT will be champion by the end of next year. I'm even going by the end of next year.
Can we put money down on this?
Timestamp this right now. Right now. This moment in the stream, when this thing processes, go in the comment section and timestamp the shit out of this. Before 2022 is done, KHAMZAT Chimaev will be your welterweight champion.
That's not happening. I'd like to put money down on this, Moss.
100. Listen, can we go to my bookie and make the Fukin bet?
No.
It is the easiest.
Personal bet, Moss.
I see it clear as day. What am I person? The money's in the same pocket. It makes no sense. We have to do
my money's my money.
But we would have to do a bet where something happens. There has to be a punishment.
Okay.
That's what it has to be. Think about that.
I can go there.
Think about that, and then we'll talk about it next show.
If I'm right, and KHAMZAT is not the champ by when did you say?
The end of 22, KHAMZAT Chimaev will be the welterweight champion.
2022, if KHAMZAT is not the welterweight champion, Moss has to be Gaby H for the first week of 2023.
I didn't. Hold on a second. I got freaking Brody's trying to call on Instagram.
Brody, what the fuck?
We do not have enough time for calls, unfortunately.
We don't answer Instagram calls anyways, bro.
But Brody, you don't have the bat line. We can't.
You're not special.
I would like to hear what you got to say, but unfortunately, we don't have enough time for that. But yeah, mark my words, and never shit on my predictions over here. Mark my words. KHAMZAT will be champ in 2022. It's true. Oh, Chimaev will be the king. And if you doubt me, you can suck my dick. Because KHAMZAT, right lip, will be the king.
Wonderful, wonderful.
There you go. There's a prediction right there. Timestamp that shit. Play it back. Tell all your friends. You know what? Tell all your friends. If you believe in Mystical Moss, Glover Teixeira will charge past everyone, get the championship, title shot, win. Kamaru Usman from the Ultimate Fighter all the way to champion will win, get the belt, and defend the belt. KHAMZAT Chimaev, same shit, same song and dance. You got it. You heard it here first, okay?
Good.
Once again,
Wonderful.
Are you doubting this guy?
Colby's success rate against Usman will be just as good as his takedowns. Who brags about getting 1 out of 11 takedowns? That's less than 10%. Usman is just way too black for Colby to beat at this point.
And here's the funny thing. Thank you, Vlad. Appreciate that. I have people going into our DMs. People are going into our DMs saying, Colby got a takedown. He was 0 for 11. He was legit 0 for 11. He got him down on the knee. Usman got right back up. It's not like to get a takedown, you got to land that takedown, hold him there for a second, keep him down for a little bit. 0 for 11. And everyone is screaming and yelling. Colby Covington saying the media doesn't know what they're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. Let's be serious here, guys. Kamaru Usman has never been taken down. The stats don't fucking lie. right in front of your eyeballs. The takedowns right there. 0 for 11. Yet Colby is just trying to grab onto something. He's trying to grasp at straws here. I like Colby. I like the fact that he is not rolling over and sucking Usman's pee-pee. You know? And here, what do you think about this, by the way? What do you think about Colby Covington being all cordial with Kamaru Usman? They're hugging, embracing. Dan Miragliotta even says, all right, guys, get a room, which was hilarious.
Kiss later, he says.
Yeah, kiss later. You know, you can kiss later. And then he goes to the press conference and goes right back into the shtick. Screw him, he's a cheater, he's this and that. Businessman Colby.
I think Colby gave Usman his respect because he didn't want to come across as a little pussy. Because Usman, at the pre-fight press conference, if you remember, had made mentions about Colby running out of the cage after the first fight. So Colby wanted to prove Usman wrong, and his pride probably stepped forward. And that's why Colby Covington showed the public that he was willing to give Usman his praise. But like you said, business, once he got to that post-fight press conference, it was all business from there. Let's start amping it up. Let's start hyping things up and starting the shit talk all over again, because that's what's going to get people invested.
Look at Kevin from Chicago. Finally, Kevin, welcome back, buddy. It's been a tough couple of weeks for you, huh, bruh? Been a tough couple of weeks. Scouring away from the phone line, scouring away from the chat, getting beat up by a 16-year-old. It's been a tough... Glover Teixeira, Yambla, oh my God. KFC, we've missed you. All right. Anyway, made the prediction about Khamzat Chimaev, spoke about Marty and Colby Covington. We got another story to get to. 6 minutes left in the show. Let's see what we got over here.
Only 6 minutes?
That's it, kids. That's it. But we'll see you Wednesday. We got a good show planned.
All right, well, Conor McGregor responds to Michael Chandler's challenge saying, I'm down. Michael Chandler shot his shot, and it seems to have paid off. Iron recently called out UFC's biggest money-making machine, Conor McGregor, to a showdown inside the octagon sometime in 2022. As usual, Conor McGregor wasted no time giving his rebuttal on social media, saying, I'm down at some stage for sure. Great fight the other night, Mike. Congrats. Ooh, Conor's actually being nice, Moss. Chandler came up short against Gaethje after 15 minutes of back-and-forth bloody action, his second loss inside the octagon, despite being just 1-2 so far under the UFC banner. Chandler has proven to be a great pairing with anyone he faces because all three of his fights have been memorable. Should he get matched up with Notorious at some point in time, there is no doubt the bout would be a big headliner for UFC pay-per-view event. For the moment, there is no clear timetable for McGregor's return after suffering a leg break in his rematch against Poirier at UFC 264 this past summer.
Now, pause for a second, Jesse. Peep, this is hilarious, by the way. This is why MMA fans are the best. When I was running around saying Conor McGregor won a round on Khabib, and I was grasping at that straw, that was the one thing I went for. A full round, Conor McGregor got that round on Khabib, right? I was going around there. People are criticizing me. Some of the people in the chat right now that are criticizing me about saying that wasn't a takedown, right? They're grasping at one straw in a round. My straw was a bunch of straws. It was a full round. You're taking one straw, plucking it out, and say, he got a takedown, guys. Is that where we're going with, boys? Is that where we're going? Completely flipping the script here? Skim, like going through the rubble, looking for something to pull out. One takedown that never even happened. Is that what we're going for, guys? Guys, I don't understand why you keep on collecting these L's. Like you're just throwing the ball up and I'm just dunking it in your face. Why do you do that? Why do you make it a little more difficult, friends? Make it a little bit more difficult. I can't keep on slam dunking over and over again around here. It's getting tiring, man. My dunking hands are getting super tired. Let's move on to the next story over there. Justin Gaethje over here. Daniel Cormier changes tune, says Gaethje, not Islam Makhachev, should get the next title shot. People flipping the script saying, whoa, pump the brakes. And I'm with them, man. Makhachev is, I would say, one fight away. Gaethje, you got to give the shot. Guys, he's on top. Had a war with Chandler. You got to pay the man. You got to, he can get that redemption fight against Poirier. He's a lot smarter of a fighter, so I got to be honest. I wouldn't mind watching that rematch with Poirier. And who knows, Charlie Olives, who I feel like hasn't fought in like 20 years. I don't know. Oh, I got under I am the poppy skin. What? I am the poppy? What does that even mean, by the way, I am the poppy?
I am the poppy.
What does that mean?
The poppy. I don't know.
Is he like sounds like someone that makes pizza or something, right?
The poppy.
Hey, I'm the poppy. Do you want the pepperoni on your pizza? I'm the poppy.
Or do you want the poppy?
Hey, did you ever have pizza from I am the poppy's place? It's pretty delicious. Hey, I'm the poppy. Actually, that's Spanish, though, right?
Where's the poppy? I'm the poppy.
Who's the poppy? I'm the poppy.
I'm the poppy.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Who's the poppy? I'm the poppy. All right, tell me about Gaethje over here in Cormier.
Excuse me. So if you recall, do you remember Gaethje kind of going in on Daniel Cormier before the fight, saying that Cormier was biased in his commentary and stuff like that? Do you recall that?
No.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. So Gaethje went in on Cormier, saying he was biased, and then Cormier obviously defended himself.
Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got the Joker coming in.
It's as if Colby fans are completely oblivious of him almost getting finished, yet again. They saw a takedown and lost their minds. Oh, Colby won. 3, 2, 3, 2.
Dude, it's nuts. But here's the thing, and I've said this before, if we didn't have this crazy delusion, or just trolling, it's probably just trolling, because I can't see people believing that they're like the shit that they're saying. It's got to be heavy trolling, and if it is, I'm with you, because I've been down that road too with Conor. I've trolled, openly trolled about Conor McGregor and had fun, realizing, listen, we all know that Khabib's the 155-pound GOAT. The one thing I got to say about Khabib, though, let me just say this, is, and I'm going to stick to this from the very beginning, if Khabib stuck around, it wouldn't even be a question about GOAT status. If he stuck around and just kept on plowing through these guys, and just kept on padding the stats, it wouldn't even be a problem. Khabib is the guy. Remember forever. In 10 years, when all the new, or 5 years, when all the new casual fans come in and you're seeing highlights of Khabib and SMESH and defending the belt for 3 times, but seeing how he got the belt against Raging Al, people are going to forget about Khabib Nurmagomedov. If a lightweight comes in there, defends the belt 4 times, and starts dominating, no one's going to give a shit about Khabib. They're going to look at his fights beforehand, his quote-unquote padded stats. Listen, I think Khabib is the GOAT when it comes to lightweight, for sure. But a lot of people are going to forget the guy. And people having problems with this. They're sliding into the DMs, still trying to put like memes of Khabib, the greatest, this and that. I am sorry. I am the voice of reason right now. In 5 to 10 years, the new fans are going to come in and they're not even going to think about Khabib, just because it was a short-lived reign. So that sucks. That kind of sucks over there. And it just jumped into my mind because someone slipped into my DMs and was talking about that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got the glove touch slipping in.
Welcome back, Kevin, you fat fucking pussy.
Oh, God. Thank you, glove touch. Appreciate that. We got another one slipping in over here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I agree with Usman. They shared the octagon for almost 1 hour. Even Colby had to drop the act for a moment. It's all about the money confirms that it's an act.
Did he
Joker.
say it's all about the money? That's a straight up Conor move if he did.
So yeah, I mean, listen.
Because Conor said, it's all business. It's just business.
So with, listen, Colby Covington, yes, after the second fight, he was humble. He shook his hand, and then right back into the shtick. And I get why he's going into the shtick, because he can't hang it up now. You just can't. If he's going to still compete, he's got to keep the party going. Because as long as he keeps the shtick going, fans will still latch on to him, and fans will ride or die with him. It's like the O'Malley effect, like undefeated. Conor McGregor effect with, how he has his excuses and weasels away around, fact. The same's going to happen with Colby Covington. The problem with Colby Covington is he is losing to the greatest. And everything that he keeps saying, it's not a freak injury. It's not like he beat Usman before. He lost twice and has a gazillion excuses. And I saw the eye poke thing is hilarious. The eye poke, that was when the hand went down, finger just kind of brushed on his long, beautiful, and Colby does have beautiful lashes, brushed on his lashes over there as his eye was closed and kind of went down. You would have think that Kamaru Usman threw a fucking spear through his eye. You would have think we would have went, just fucking had a spear and right through his eye. I'd be Colby's like, oh God, no! Like, I mean, doctor, get over here. But keep the shtick going, man. He's gonna keep on fighting, and I don't blame him.
Colby Covington wants to kiss your hand. Donald Trump, can I kiss your hand? Kiss your hand, kiss your hand. Trump, you have a delicious hand. A lot.
Conrad with the 5.
Levels to this shit. Colby knew he was beat, but made sure Usman knew he couldn't finish him. Colby is very much like DIAZ.
You know, in that fight, you did see some... I mean, listen, let's talk about this. First of all, and we've said this before, Dana said it. Dana said it at the press conference. We were saying it before. Without Usman in the picture, Colby's champ. Okay? Colby's the champ. He will be defending the belt. He could sit on the throne for a while, Colby Covington. There's no doubt about it. Colby Covington's a special fighter. Okay? The reason we can make jokes is because Colby... And here's what I don't understand. How could you be a Colby Covington fan yet be so sensitive? Right? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Colby Covington, his whole motto is making fun of people, nerds and virgins, this and that. You know, like, everyone, all his fans are so freaking sensitive. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me. Put aside the shtick, Colby's great. He's a very good fighter. And that fight that happened on Saturday night, the rematch, was a war. Colby Covington never went down, like, went away. That second round, he was almost finished and still kept the party going, still smiling, sticking his tongue out, coming forward. You know, like, he could either be stubborn or just tough as nails, like, or maybe both. I don't know what it is, but the guy never stopped, never kept coming forward. Diaz-esque. Even late in the fight, he's like, keep it coming. I'm not going down without a fight. You have to respect that with Colby Covington for sure. Can't take that away. Usman had a ton of respect for the guy afterwards, right? Let's talk about this. The line of Kamaru Usman that pretty much hit everybody. Did you hear about this line? We're going late. Who gives a fuck? The line, Usman about his daughter.
Oh, that he wants to spend more time with her.
You got to put the mic.
That he wants to spend more time with her, so he's taking a break?
So no, that's not the line. The line, do you have the story?
That's just what I collected. I don't know the actual line.
Do you have the actual quote? I don't want to paraphrase. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to because I don't have
something about him wanting to spend more time with his daughter.
Yeah, I can't. Anyway, it was basically, if he takes another fight, he wants to get compensated heavily because when you're not around with your kid, right, and you're spending time in camp or whatever you're doing for work, you know, you could never get that time back. And I wish I had the actual line. Hold on, let me see. There's got to be a way to find it. Let me see if I could find the actual line because he said it pretty good. And here's the thing. If you still dislike Usman after this line, then you clearly have hate in your soul. Like, you clearly just are angry at something in life because Usman has made such a 360. He even played into Colby's game with the trash talk and the circus press conference. They still put on a great show, both guys. Press conference, he was like a gentleman. Like, I can't imagine why people would hate Usman. I don't get it anymore.
I understand.
It does. Hate him?
Yeah, Usman had like this weird personality change for a long time, and
he didn't know who he was.
He almost seemed fake.
He was.
Right. So I don't think they hate him, but I think that's a reason to be turned off by him. Like,
and Colby Covington. Let me ask you a question: is Colby Covington being real?
No, we're not talking about Covington.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The people that love Covington hate Usman for being fake.
Covington embraced the falsehood. Like, Covington embraced the character he was putting on. Usman didn't have a character. He was like 5 different characters at once.
But he was still trying to. But here's the thing. I understand it's cringy, and even his walkout was cringy. I get that. But here's the deal. He was still trying to find himself as a champion right now. I mean, I don't see how you have a problem with the guy. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this line. Fuck. Where's the line? Damn, man. Anyway, I thought for sure this would be a story we'd pull, but unfortunately, we're not on the same page. Anyway, go find it for yourself. It's got to be on Twitter somewhere. Maybe Will Harris has it. Will Harris is all up Colby's ass. Let's see if I can get it. But yeah, I mean, if you have a kid, it kind of hits home, man. Like, you're thinking, like, all these moments that you're missing. And, you know, you're trying to make some extra money. Next thing you know, your life is, your kid is in their 20s. And you're thinking about all those moments that you missed. So basically, Usman's saying, hey, if I'm not getting paid appropriately, I'm going to sit out. I'm going to just wait and wait for the right fight to come up. You know, I'm not going to just jump into another fight just to keep active here. I'm going to spend time with my daughter, and it's pretty wild. You know, it makes you think about a lot of things.
Wonderful, wonderful.
On another note, does anyone else think it's hilarious how much Sean O'Malley is hyped, yet they constantly feed him people with 3 straight like Thomas and people making debuts in Chris? It's funny how desperate they are for him to be a star.
I mean, listen, O'Malley's got a following. He's built a pretty good brand. The gaming, the merch, the undefeated shtick. You know, everything he's doing is right. O'Malley is playing it just right, whether you like him or dislike him. And I'm not the biggest O'Malley fan. I like his fighting style. He's fun to watch. But I don't know. I can't relate to him in any way. So that's why I guess I can't really connect with the dude. But you can't hate the way he's selling himself. And, of course, the UFC wants to push him in a certain direction. All these hype guys. You know, it just makes the money. It's not – someone said this. It's not a tournament, the UFC. It's almost like a popularity contest, really. You know? You hope for the best to fight each other.
Poppy contest.
What's that?
You said popularity contest. It just made Poppy, like, jump in my head.
Poppy.
It's the Poppy contest.
Hey, I'm the Poppy.
I'm the Poppy contest.
Hey, look at me. I'm the Poppy. I'm all angry in the chat.
I'm the Poppy.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You guys keep donating. We'll stay around.
Fuck Kevin from Chicago peed his pants, little pussy. Little pussy.
Okay, thank you. Going after Kevin from Chicago. The reason why we're staying, you guys keep donating. So I was gonna take phone call. You should have donated when we did save the show, but you keep donating here. I'm just gonna.
Brody, you can't complain. You just tried calling us on Instagram, for fuck's sake. Calm yourself.
Yeah, Brody, go play with the toddlers.
Colby, there's nothing to brag about beating Masvidal. He's a lightweight and doesn't belong in the division. Also, Colby, I want Masvidal next.
Yeah, I mean, he does contradict himself a little bit. I know it comes across like, and here's the thing. By being honest, sometimes it doesn't paint a fighter in a good light. That doesn't mean we don't like the fighter, or if we pick a certain fighter like Kamaru Usman, it's not because we hate Colby Covington. Colby Covington would have been way better as a champ than Usman, just for fun. You know, for the show, the community. It would have been a lot of fun. The shit talking, the matchups, everything would have been great with Colby Covington as champ. But there's points where we have to be real, too. We can't just be phonies. There are many shows out there that will just be straight up phonies and be licking asses of the popular guy. You know, just running with that. Conor McGregor, I genuinely enjoy the guy. I genuinely enjoy the stick. I like his fighting style. The full package. Win or lose, I'm a fan. I'm going to go with that. Whereas Colby Covington, I'm not going to place a bet on the guy if I know the other guy's going to win. And I don't hate Usman, man. Like he's grown on me. Like, the guy is good. I feel like in this moment, instead of shitting on people that could potentially be superstars, legacy fighters, people that you talk to your grandkids and say, hey, I was alive when this guy was competing. Instead of shitting on that guy, maybe we should embrace that guy. Happened with Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson was doing his thing, a lot of people didn't like him. When Muhammad Ali was doing his thing, a lot of people did not like Muhammad Ali. But look what happens. He dies. Everyone looks back. He was great. My dad hated him. You know, like, this is what I'm trying to say here. It's fun to talk shit. It's fun to, you know, go back and forth. And if we didn't have one side of the story and everyone was just, you know, kissing ass, it wouldn't be fun anymore. But at the same time, we should take a second, pump the brakes, and embrace greatness. So open your mouths, drop your drawers, and take that Nigerian cock right in your mouth with me, guys. Okay? Let's all do it together in the chat. Right in the fucking mouth. Ah! Big Nigerian cock. Take it in your mouth. Oh, I'm sorry. Earmuffs. Anyways, past your bedtime, Ellie. We got to get out of here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
My daughter is 7 years old. She don't give a SHT if daddy has $20 million stacked up. When she's 18, what she's going to say is, where were you?
Exactly. Dude, Kamaru Usman hit it on the head.
1,000,000%. That is like, that comment right there sums everything up. Kids, at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck how much money you had. If you weren't there, they're going to remember that before anything else.
Yeah, how many celebrities have kids that don't care that they're, like Mike Tyson's kids? They don't care he's Mike Tyson. He's just dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had this hit me when we went on Halloween. It fell on the Sunday, right? And we didn't have a show, and we were walking the streets, and I'm like, it's family time. I don't get that. Like, I don't, like, we have this here. I got beautiful Ellie with me right now. But we're not rolling around having some fun, you know, having family time. So, listen, I love what we're doing. We're lucky. We're very lucky that we get to spend time with our daughter and hang out with a great community on the internet. But there are times where I guess you got to look back. You got to take time, put money aside and hang out with your family. Enjoy those moments. So when Kamaru said that, it does. It hits you. Hits you in that funny place. And you're like, wait, hold on a second. I gotta reevaluate things. If an athlete can do that on top of, win fights and put on a show, kind of hit you in that spot, it's pretty cool, man. So I got respect for Usman. I really do. Even though he's with that Ali Abdelaziz rat of a manager, I think Usman's a decent dude. And I'm sure Colby Covington's a nice guy. When we had his teammate on, they said nothing but great things, right? Dear Terry came on and said nothing but good things about Colby Chaos Covington. Now, he's a teammate. He's a good guy. Here's a picture of Adir. Let's see. Where is he? I liked Adir's appearance. Here's Adir with Colby. He posted over here. MMA Masters. By the way, we've made some really good connections. MMA Master Fighters, Sanford MMA. We have some cool spots in Florida I'd love to hit up. But there he is, Colby hanging out. I bet Colby's a great guy. I bet he's a great guy. So, no hate, all love. But sometimes I got to put some fools in their place,
Wonderful, wonderful.
Colby versus Dustin. I want to see that. 162 catch weight. It's not a popularity contest if you say you're the best. At the end of the day, it's the fight business. Conor was just at one point the best in the world and the popularity came with it. Joker.
Thank you, Joker. I got to be honest with you, though. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see DP fight Colby. Do you want to see that? I don't want to see that. Colby was talking about his Jezebel wife and was joking around about the whole kid trotting around. Like, we made that joke, too, before Colby made it, actually. But Colby would probably beat up Dustin Poirier. Colby's a fairly decent-sized guy, and Poirier's a big 155er. I don't want to see that, man. Stay in 170, do the 170 dance. I mean, it's bad enough he's going to fight Masvidal, right? He's going to beat the shit out of Masvidal, which I wouldn't mind seeing. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it would be funny watching Colby ragdoll Masvidal. I'm team Colby in that fight. But, yeah. Anyway, all right, we got to get out of here. Thank you, Joker, everyone that came in after the buzzer. We got to go have some family time. Jesse, let's get out.
Thank you so much to our sponsors, HeadRush, MysticRootsCBD.com, MyBookie, promo code MMA-Holes for all three for all of your discounts on all your favorite products, as well as UFC on ESPN Plus. Link in the description below to watch all of your UFC fight nights and UFC pay-per-views. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be live again on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for TGIW. Don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know exactly when we're live. And as always, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining Ellie. And do you want to do the honors? Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.